Poverty in the USA. Being poor in the world's richest country, the United States of America, often touted as the world's wealthiest nation, is paradoxically grappling with a significant and persistent issue: poverty. While the country boasts immense prosperity and economic prowess, a substantial portion of its population continues to face the harsh realities of poverty. This essay delves into the multifaceted dimensions of poverty in the USA, examining its root causes, its effects on individuals and communities, the government's response, and potential solutions to this complex issue. Defining poverty in the USA. Poverty in the USA is typically defined using income thresholds established by the federal government. The official poverty line as of 2021 was set at an annual income of $26,500 for a family of four. However, this measure has faced criticism for being outdated and inadequate in capturing the true extent of poverty. In reality, the cost of living varies significantly across different regions of the country, making it difficult to establish a single, universally applicable threshold. Causes of poverty in the USA. 1. Income inequality. Income inequality is a major contributor to poverty in the USA. The gap between the rich and the poor has widened over the past few decades, with the top 1% of earners amassing a significant share of the nation's wealth. This disparity limits opportunities for low-income individuals and families to improve their economic status. 2. Lack of access to quality education. Education is often seen as a pathway out of poverty, but access to quality education is not equal across all communities. Schools in low-income neighborhoods often lack resources, experienced teachers, and adequate facilities, putting students at a disadvantage from an early age. 3. Limited job opportunities. The availability of well-paying jobs is not uniform across the country. Some regions experience high unemployment rates and a dearth of opportunities for low-skilled workers, trapping them in poverty. 4. Racial and ethnic disparities. Poverty disproportionately affects certain racial and ethnic groups, particularly African Americans, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Historical and systemic factors, including discrimination and unequal access to economic opportunities, contribute to these disparities. 5. Healthcare costs. Medical expenses in the USA can be exorbitant, and a lack of comprehensive health insurance can lead to financial ruin for individuals and families facing unexpected medical issues. This can push them into poverty or exacerbate their existing financial struggles. 6. Housing insecurity. Rising housing costs and a shortage of affordable housing have pushed many low-income individuals and families to the brink of homelessness. High rent burdens can consume a significant portion of a household's income, leaving little for other necessities. Effects of poverty in the USA. 1. Health disparities. Poverty is closely linked to health disparities. People living in poverty often lack access to proper health care, nutritious food, and safe living conditions, leading to higher rates of chronic illnesses, malnutrition, and premature death. 2. Limited educational attainment. Poverty can hinder educational attainment. Children living in poverty often face challenges such as hunger, unstable housing, and limited access to educational resources, which can impede their academic success and future prospects.
3. Crime and violence. High-poverty neighborhoods are more likely to experience crime and violence. Limited economic opportunities can lead some individuals to resort to criminal activities, while others may become victims of crime due to their vulnerable circumstances. 4. Social exclusion. Poverty can lead to social exclusion and a sense of marginalization. Those living in poverty often face stigma and discrimination, which can further isolate them from opportunities for social and economic advancement. 5. Intergenerational cycle. Poverty can become a cycle that passes from one generation to the next. Children raised in impoverished households may lack the resources and support necessary to break free from poverty, perpetuating the cycle. Government response to poverty. The U.S. government has implemented various programs and policies aimed at alleviating poverty. Some of the key initiatives include: 1. Social Security. Social Security provides financial support to retirees, disabled individuals, and survivors of deceased workers. While it has been successful in reducing poverty among the elderly, it is less effective for other demographic groups. 2. Medicaid and Medicare. These programs provide healthcare coverage for low-income individuals and the elderly, respectively. They help mitigate the financial burden of medical expenses for vulnerable populations. 3. Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF. TANF provides cash assistance to low-income families with children. However, the program's effectiveness has been debated, with concerns about its limited reach and stringent work requirements. 4. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. Formerly known as food stamps, SNAP helps low-income individuals and families purchase nutritious food. It plays a crucial role in reducing food insecurity. 5. Housing Assistance. Various housing assistance programs, including Section 8 vouchers, aim to make housing more affordable for low-income households. Education initiatives. The government supports educational initiatives aimed at improving opportunities for low-income students, such as Head Start and Pell Grants for college education. Challenges and criticisms of government efforts. While these government programs have made a positive impact, they are not without challenges and criticisms. 1. Limited coverage. Many of these programs have eligibility requirements that leave out a significant portion of the population living in poverty. 2. Complex bureaucracy. The application process for assistance programs can be complex and burdensome, deterring some eligible individuals from seeking help. 3. Insufficient funding. Some programs suffer from insufficient funding, limiting their ability to provide adequate support to those in need. 4. Work requirements. Work requirements for certain programs can be punitive, making it difficult for individuals with disabilities or other barriers to employment to access assistance. 5. Stigma. There is often a stigma associated with receiving government assistance, which can discourage eligible individuals from applying for aid. Solutions to address poverty in the USA. 1. Raise the minimum wage. Increasing the federal minimum wage can help lift millions of workers out of poverty and reduce income inequality. 2. Universal health care. Implementing a universal health care system can alleviate the financial burden of medical expenses and improve health outcomes for all citizens. 3. Affordable housing. Invest in affordable housing initiatives to ensure that everyone has access to safe and stable housing. 4. Education reform. Address educational disparities by investing in high-quality education in underserved communities and providing additional support to students facing economic challenges. 5. Criminal justice reform. Implement policies that reduce the incarceration rate and provide rehabilitation and re-entry programs to help individuals with criminal records reintegrate into society. 6. Progressive taxation. Implement a more progressive tax system that ensures the wealthy pay their fair share to fund social programs. 7. Universal Basic Income, UBI. Consider implementing a UBI program to provide a guaranteed income to all citizens, helping to reduce poverty and economic insecurity. 8. Job training and placement programs. Create programs that offer job training and placement assistance to individuals facing barriers to employment. Conclusion. Poverty in the USA, despite its status as the world's wealthiest country, remains a pressing issue with deep-rooted causes and far-reaching consequences. Income inequality, limited access to education and health care, and systemic discrimination contribute to the perpetuation of poverty in various communities. While the government has implemented programs to address poverty, challenges and criticisms persist. To truly address poverty in the USA, a multifaceted approach is needed that combines government action, social initiatives, and a shift in societal attitudes. Here are some key considerations for a comprehensive approach. 1. Cross-sector collaboration. Government agencies, nonprofit organizations, businesses, and communities must work collaboratively to tackle poverty. Coordinated efforts can address the multifaceted nature of the issue more effectively. 2. Data-driven solutions. Utilize data and research to identify the specific needs of different communities and demographics. Tailored interventions can be more efficient and impactful. 3. Early intervention. Addressing poverty should start early in life. High-quality early childhood education and interventions can mitigate the long-term effects of poverty on children. 4. Mental health and addiction services. Provide access to mental health and addiction services, as these issues often contribute to and result from poverty. 5. Financial literacy. Education. Promote financial literacy education to empower individuals and families with the skills needed to manage their finances effectively and plan for the future. 6. Community investment. Invest in community development programs that create jobs, improve infrastructure, and enhance the overall quality of life in low-income neighborhoods. 7. Reform criminal justice. Reform the criminal justice system to reduce mass incarceration and help formerly incarcerated individuals reintegrate into society. 8. Support for small businesses. Encourage entrepreneurship and support small businesses in underserved communities, which can stimulate economic growth and create jobs. 9. Addressing discrimination. Implement policies and initiatives to combat discrimination in all its forms, including racial, gender, and disability discrimination. 10. Public awareness and advocacy. Raise public awareness about the realities of poverty in the USA and advocate for policies that prioritize poverty reduction and economic equity. It's important to recognize that poverty is not an issue with a one-size-fits-all solution. Each community may face unique challenges and require tailored approaches. Additionally, any comprehensive strategy to combat poverty should prioritize equity, inclusivity, and social justice. In conclusion, poverty in the USA, despite its status as a wealthy nation, remains a complex and deeply entrenched issue. It affects individuals, families, and communities across the country, with far-reaching consequences for health, education, and social cohesion. While government programs have provided some relief, addressing poverty effectively requires a multifaceted approach that includes economic reforms, education initiatives, healthcare access, and social support systems. By working together across sectors and focusing on long-term solutions, the USA can make significant progress in reducing poverty and achieving greater economic and social equity for all its citizens.